My name is Massoud, Yeshua Gilardy, but the Jewish name is Joseph. I come from Tehran in Iran. I left Iran in '57, a day after my bar mitzvah, and we flew to Milano with my father and then to Paris. And then we knew that we are going to go and in England in a Jewish school, but I didn't know where. And the first one we went, it was full, so they told us in Brighton. We came to Brighton, and there were two Jewish schools here, the Area House and then the Whittingehame College. We went with my father to Area House, and my father looked at the rooms and this, and he said, that's not the quality. And we went then to Whittingham College, and that was it. I was there up to 63, and I loved every minute. I think about it, believe me, every week. And whenever we talk about it, it was, I think, the most wonderful time in my life, these 6 years. Students, we were over 150 from so many different parts, but we were one group, which is existing even today. You can feel this, you can see this today, and it is unforgettable. After over 65 years, we still come together every 2, 3, 4 years. Some of us are missing, that's normal, but it is just incredible. It is just, I do anything just to be on any of these occasions. And I hope next time, 2, 3 years, we'll be back here. We meet again here, but it was a lovely time.
And so before you came to Whittinghame, where were you?
I was in Tehran. I was 13 years old. I went to the school. I started the high school, but I was a very naughty boy. And I got a lot from my father enough, and they said, we send him out, maybe he will become something, somebody, you know. And he was a fantastic father. He brought me here, and the 6 years changed me. That when I went back to Milano, where my parents came from Tehran to live there, I was so educated. You will not believe what I tell you, that we were sitting and eating at home. I would not say loud word. I would tell my sister, please pass me the salt. And I saw somebody on the road whistling. I looked at him this way. I said, how the hell can he allow himself to do something like this? And I was terrible myself. That is the reason, 13 years, I left Iran. At first you feel terrible, you know, no parents, no friends, but it took such a short time to get to this family of boys. We were fantastic, and it's not only friendship, it's funny. It's not even friendship, even 2, 3 years older or younger, but to keep together in this way, it's something incredible, this feeling.
Because when you came to Whittinghame, the school was very internationally diverse.
Was already international.
And how did it feel at that point, interacting with those different...
I felt fantastic. You know, everybody speaks a different language. I hardly knew English, but it took a short time to get inside. I didn't feel anything that, there was no rivalry between us. It was just a team. And I was incredibly crazy with sports. I became in the Blue House. I came first, they took me in the White House. And you know, it's just a feeling when you say white or blue or green or red. And I played the first game, and I scored. I was good. So the Blue House fought to take me to the Blue House, and we were very strong. We were very, very good, and we still have this Blue House, a few people here you will meet today. It was just, but I felt only one of the family, which is even today, if they're in Israel, he's in New York, he can be in Australia, doesn't matter. Telephone calls, and we send to each other Shabbat Shalom, you know, for the weekend. And it is, this warmth is there.
Mm. And when you were at the school, I believe at some points there was obviously a Jewish school, but there were also
Muslims, of course. Yeah, but listen, but this school was not very religious Jewish. It was a Jewish school, open to anybody. They did not press you to learn Jewishness, what I call it. I don't say to become religious. Religious has no meaning for me. But who wanted could do more than the other. And I became slowly more religious, so this word which I don't like. And I keep some things, I do some things, and I see some of them, they don't do anything. But there was no pressure. Only there was, you have to be there for the morning prayers or on the weekend. There was not a real hard Jewish school. It was open to anybody.
So you also had Muslim friends then?
Of course. Not because I have Jewish friends, but I have even today Muslim friends which are more near to me. Because religion is something what has nothing to do with me and you. You can be what, if you are good, you're welcome in my house. I was 16 years the president of a Jewish community in Germany. And my words were, much better to be a good Christian than a bad Muslim. A good Muslim than a bad Jew. A good Jew than a bad Muslim. If you're bad, you're bad. It has nothing to do with your religion. It is you. And this has remained in me, and it is fantastic. I go to Muslim countries, even with this ring, that everybody say, what the hell, they will shoot you, they will kill. Nothing ever has happened to me. I was in Pakistan. I mean, before this friendship between Bahrain or all these Arab countries, I go everywhere, and I have never any problem. That is, I think, more politic than the people themselves.
And what do you remember about when you very first arrived at Whittinghame?
Oh, I was gone. I was dead. When my father, from one day, 1 hour to the other, was not existing anymore. For months, I didn't see anybody. For 3, 4 years, I didn't see any of the family. I was really terrible, but it changed me. And this changed me in such a way that even today, even I love my family. I can fly from one place to the other, from one day to the other, stay 2 or 3 weeks and come back. I got used to it. That brought me to this point of this division, but the love is still there. And it was a terrible time at the beginning, but then you get used to it, and it's fantastic, yeah. I mean, 6 years with the same tie, with the same jacket, with the same gray trousers, white shirt or gray shirt. Every day, every hour of the day, you knew what you have to do, what you have to eat, when you're in sport, when you're sleeping. If you don't make your bed in the mornings, no breakfast until you have to run to do your bed and come back. And then you were too late, the door was closed, so it was all over. It was fantastic. I tell you, I wish I could repeat again these years.
And what about life when you were in Brighton outside of the...
Oh, outside? It was not easy to get outside. We had a few hours per week. And if you were a naughty boy, where I was, with the 2 hands and then with one leg, staying on one leg, face to the wall, you are not allowed even to get out. So in the nights, 9 or 10 o'clock, we got out of the school and we went to town, we went around and we looked, and then we squeezed again back to the school. It was, all this was fun. It was really lovely. And there was one Indian restaurant, I remember, that we didn't have much money. We had 9, 10 shillings a week, pocket money. So 2 of us went there and we ordered the chicken biryani, and both of us ate together and divided that money. But it was a fantastic time, I tell you.
Were you able to establish relations and friends outside of the school?
No. No, in no way. We had a lot of problem that time, and when we could get out in the nights, there was 2, 3 clubs, dancing clubs, I remember. And when we used to go there, there were a few of us, and there were the Teddy Boys, and they were against the Jews because we were more open. And we went there dancing, and there were the beautiful girls, and we were different than the boys here, and they were angry at us. And sometimes we had a big fight even there. Very big fight. But friendship, zero. There was no contact with anybody except these few hours that you were out.
Did you go to London at all, or not really?
No, not really. No, when I left directly, I went to London for 2 days, and from there to Milano, and that was it. But this was my life. This was something I will never forget. Positively, not negatively.
So what did you do when you finished at school? How did you...
Well, I went to Milano, where my parents were there. They had a carpet business. And I wrote to the Berkeley University, and I was accepted to go there. And in the office of my dad, I saw 2 Iranians with 2 packets of blue stuff in their hand. I didn't know what it is. So I went to them and I asked them, what is this? This is turquoise, firuz, as you say. And what is it? From where it comes? From Iran. And the brother of my dad, the younger one, died in Los Angeles, he passed away there, was going to Iran to buy carpets. I said, listen to me, you're going, bring me some of this stuff. He brought me 2 kilos, and I didn't know a word of Italian. What to do with this stuff, where to sell. And they told me there is a yellow book, and there are all the addresses. I opened one, and I saw big written on the top, Gemindustria de Ferdinando Gaia. That was one big seller of stones. I took the telephone and I called him and I say, I have such a thing. He said, come. I went to his office. You know, I was a boy with 19 and a few months having pocket money here for 10 shillings or 10 shillings and a half, I don't remember anymore. In 1 hour, selling this stuff, I made $1,000. You know, you're talking of 60 years ago, and that was money. I bought a Alfa Romeo for 1,800,000, so you can imagine how much was this money. So all the world changed. America was in Milano, not in America anymore. No study. I started in the stones. Since 60 and a half years, I am in the stone business. I opened a factory in Germany. It's a long story. It's a very long story.
So how would you say that the time in Whittinghame shaped your career then? Because you've talked, for example, about the getting used to mobility and moving.
Yes, but this mobility, it changed me inside, that I don't regret being away. You know, the people who feel sad, I go away from my mom, I was used to it. Being so many years away teaches you to stand on your feet, teaches you how to behave, how to cut and then come together again. And that, I think, it changed a lot. Even my son today says, you just go away and you come back. Yeah, but I am like this. It's inside me and I cannot take it out. But it does not take away any love or any wishing to be with the family. I can come tomorrow and leave after tomorrow and come back again 3 days later. It's just me.
And obviously your friendships when you were at Whittinghame were very important to your experience.
Oh, I think that,
what about afterwards?
yes, this friendship, I think it remains inside you. When I am with somebody, I am with that person. Trust and give. And that is maybe not very good, especially in business. I became as a person that if I know you and I know you're a good person, I trust and I go over the line, which is not good. You need to have a line, you know, black and white, no gray. And this, I think, taught me a lot. This school taught many of us many things. Everyone, I think they are all well off. The way out they are doing doesn't matter where they are. This Mr. Halevi did a good job, did a real good job.
Well, what do you think were the sort of key values that they...
What do you mean?
The sort of principles or...
But there you learn. There you learn, you know, it's exactly like today when I see that the young people do not have to go to the army anymore. They don't know anymore the 1, 2, 3 in life. It's just, I think when you're young, you have to be taught very strongly many things. Then you can decide yourself. You have to learn timing. You have to learn the way to, how can I say, you know, there is hardly any real education today of being between parents and the children. When my father got up, I got up. He don't eat, I didn't start eating. Today there is no value of these things anymore, especially for the young generation. And that hurts me a lot.
And if someone were to ask you to sum up what Whittinghame meant for you, how would you, in a few sentences?
There is no sentence. I would restart again. This place gave so much to many of us. It was not very hard school. You know, like the English that time, even the blue jackets, you know, the high people, they could hurt you or something. It was not like this. But you just got in this line, and it has remained. You can speak with any one of us. It is something in that school that is inside you, and it is not getting away.
And just finally, I mean, today you've come all the way, or yesterday you came all the way from China to support this
Yes.
event, so that these friendships you established
They must be there.
very important.
Yeah. If not, I would not go through this 38 hours it took me to get here. And I just got a call from a person who is in Vicenza. There is a jewelry show. I have done that 37 years. I did not go there just to be with this friendship, so you can imagine what this means. There was one Azaguri from Switzerland. I have not seen 60 years. You should have seen when you meet each other, there must be something. It's something you cannot describe until you don't live it. And this is between us.
Fascinating. That was really fascinating.
It will never change until when he wants us. Then we have to go.